Welcome once again to another insightful episode of Equipping the Next Generation for Impact and Excellence. This is actually the 8th episode in the series, and I am your host, Adelagbadebo. And as always, it's my absolute pleasure to be on this journey of transformation with you. Before we dive into today's discussion, let's take a moment to reflect on our last episode, Financial Discipline, Building a Foundation for Wealth, where we talked about the importance of managing finances wisely, and I hope many of you have started putting those principles into action. So let me ask, have you purchased any books on finance or financial discipline recently? If not, I strongly encourage you to do so. Remember, knowledge is power, and financial literacy is a crucial step towards securing your future. Today, we'll be discussing the topic creating value, becoming indispensable in any field. I take it again, creating value, becoming indispensable in any field. This is a very important and vital discussion because as rapidly as the world, the changing world, a world that is changing rapidly, being competent alone is no longer enough. You can't just claim that you're competent, you are good at what you do. You must be the best at what you do. You must be valuable. What makes you indispensable in your industry or in your workplace or in your business? What are those qualities that set you apart? That's what we'll be exploring today. So get your notepads ready. You need to first understand the concept of value creation. Value creation. Value creation. This is the process of making yourself so essential that you cannot be ignored. You're so important. You made yourself such an integral and important part of the organization or of the business that you cannot be easily replaced. Yes, you cannot be easily replaced. So, and that involves mastering your craft. Beyond that, it involves offering innovative solutions and constantly and consistently exceeding expectations. You have to be one that you create exceptional value, exceptional solutions that is rare. Yes. So being a person of value means you solve problems, not once, consistently. You offer unique insights and expertise. More like you have a deft touch. Once they bring it to you, you can break it down into pieces, rearrange it in such a way that everybody now understands and solve a problem. You bring innovation and efficiency to any environment. You just have a different way of achieving exceptional results. You are dependable every time and trusted by peers and leaders alike. Be that person that everyone in the organization, both your peers, your subordinates, your leaders, know that anything that which is committed into your hands is as, it can be regarded as solved already, because you are that dependable. You consistently produce results. Consistently, you are producing results, and you impact those around you. That is, being a person of value. And value is not just about having skills. It's not just about having skills. It is about how you use those skills to make a difference. It's not just about having skills. It's just not about your expertise. It is about the innovations and the creativity you bring into into the use of those skills, and how those things make deliver exceptional results. Okay, so why must you strive to be indispensable? Why do you have to be so important that you cannot be easily replaced? Why? Okay, so many people today complain about the lack of opportunities, but the truth is that opportunities seek out those who offer undeniable value. It is unlike the competition in the world is so much so that you can't just be good. You just have to be exceptional. You have to be different. It's about the creativity. You must offer undeniable value. Now, becoming indispensable ensures that, one, you have a greater career security. No one is going to take you out of that company. There's no organization that fires their best hands. They retain their best hands and fire those who they can do without. If you have ever been fired from an organization, or you've been asked to resign honorably because the organization says that they are downsizing, and you are part of the people that they are being down, that you are asked to leave honorably, to put in your resignation, or you just heard that your appointment has been terminated, it means you are dispensable. It means you kind of value you are offering. There's someone else that can do it. So if you are indispensable, if you have the kind of value, carry a value that no one else can deliver on within an organization, and that is not to say that you are not teaching people, that is not to say that you are not leading people, that is not to say that you would not mentor people to be able, because that's what the system does, but there is a way you do yours that people understand, that everybody just said that they just does something about the way so and so does these things or are things. So you have a greater career security. Nobody's going to sack you. You attract better business opportunities. The businesses, the organizations are looking for the best. They're looking for the most exceptional. They are looking for someone that is extraordinary. They want to employ someone who delivers exceptional value. Someone who is not a regular person. So that person attracts better business opportunities, better career opportunities, because he is indispensable. Because she is indispensable. Another thing is that you develop strong professional networks. Yes, strong professional networks, because organizations are looking for the best in every field. So you are the best in your own field. The organization attracts you. You also attract someone else who is the best exceptional in different fields, and that bringing you together, that the combination of all that will deliver exceptional quality of service or product from that organization. So when they bring you all together, now the combination of every one of you as professionals, top professionals, means that you get to meet like-minded people like you, top-rated professionals like you, and that continues to improve your networks. It continues to increase your network. You will also become financially independent faster, and this is how it is. If you're so good at what you do, it is a matter of time that investors will look for you, and they can tell you, look, because this is a service that you're so good at, and these tools are, or this is what you do so well, can you organize, can we help you set up an organization, a company in that, and we will put down the money so that you can start your own organization, either training people like you to replicate people like you, or to render those services and turn that service into a consultancy service where you now consult for organizations. You will also gain recognition and influence in your field. When people are being mentioned, when they are looking for when they are looking for people who are the influencers in that field, your name will be mentioned along. So another thing is that you can contribute meaningfully to the society. Everyone who carries exceptional value will be one who can contribute meaningfully to the development of the society. You can command high salaries and better benefits. Yes, you can command high salaries and better benefits. Of course, it becomes your skill and your top performance becomes a bargaining chip for you to negotiate better salaries and allowances. Yes, it is. You remain relevant despite industry disruptions. That's what I said earlier, that no organization is going to sack their best hands. No organization. A lot of people lost their jobs during the COVID, but many people who retained their jobs, you would find out that they were the best at what they do. The organization just couldn't get rid of them. It became too difficult, except these organizations were no longer going to exist, or they were no longer going to run. As long as they were going to run, they needed such people, and they could not get rid of them. You develop personal confidence and self-worth. You develop personal confidence and self-worth. You create a lasting legacy. I remember when I was working with an HR firm, and we're doing recruitment and all that. That came up, and a brilliant young lady before me, she wanted to. She had done very well in the test, and during the interview process, and I was asking questions and all that. The kind of questions other people asked, but I wanted to know what makes her think so. I asked why she wanted to work in a bank, and then it was one of the Nigerian banks, United Bank for Africa, UBA, that was recruiting, that we're recruiting for. So I asked her a question that just came to my mind. I said, suppose you meet Tony Elumelu. Tony Elumelu then was the MD CEO of UBA Bank. Then it wasn't too long after the merger of Standard Trust Bank and UBA that encounter happened. So Tony Elumelu had now become the MD CEO of UBA. So I asked her, if you by chance met Tony Elumelu and he asked you why you would want to work with their banks, or why, if he employed you to the bank, what value will you bring to the table? And she said, if he had SMS alerts and all that. So I asked her, SMS alerts, because she actually studies computer science. So I said, SMS alerts. So I asked her, are the bank customers receiving SMS alerts already? She said yes. I said, so why should he employ you to come and do the same thing that is already being done, to come and replicate? No. I said, what kind of value would you have brought to the table? And she couldn't. So I asked her to go and think about it and come back to me at a later time. So she left the interview. Of course, she moved to the other stage of the interview. So when she came back to the other stage of the interview, I think by now she'd been able to think about it. And I said, so what exceptional offer will you bring, value will you bring to the table? And she told me that she noticed that when there is a thunderstorm or it is raining, the rainy season, banks always have difficult networks. There are a lot of failed transactions during that period, and that she would work on an exceptional software that, or backup, that could help that bank still be able to do transactions irrespective of the rain, the thunderstorm, and that other banks may have bad networks at that time. That what she wants to work on is to ensure that during that time UBA transactions are still going through as successful. And I said, fantastic. And you will not agree with me that during the rainy season it's always a period of challenging network that the people need to do extra work, or you have to wait and postpone the transactions until the raining time. So this is one of the things that make that you can do to create exceptional value. You just have to be very creative and have a deep sense of creativity and innovation. So how can you become a person of indispensable value? How can you become a person of indispensable value? Number one, you have to master your craft. You really have to master your craft. You have to invest in continuous learning and skills development in your field, in the area of your field. You have to continue to invest in yourself. Continue to invest in, learning, continuous learning. You keep learning and learning whatever you see that concerns your field. You want to know about it. You have to be a problem solver. That's the second one now. You need to keep identifying gaps in your industry and provide solutions. You must be someone who can see ahead, who is futuristic in its mindset, someone who can spot a problem far ahead and begin to create solutions for that will solve those problems. You also need to build strong relationships. You see, networking with people does it helps you to broaden your horizon, broaden your mind. It helps you to expand, your minds, because you can network with people that can help you grow. When they are talking about a certain thing, I'm not heard about this before. Can you please, expatiate on this? And then you learn that, it's part of learning. But there are some things that you cannot learn. That let me put it this way, there's some information that you don't get on the news, you don't get it on the radio, you don't get it on the TV, you probably will not see it on the internet, but you get it in the midst of professionals, people who are around your work, who are like minds like you, and they're also forward looking, and upward mobile people. So you'll be able to get from them. That's right, the importance of you building strong relationships, and all that. You have to stay adaptable. Don't be rigid. Don't be rigid. Don't be a rigid person. You have to be open-minded. You have to be open to change, willing to learn new things. You must be willing to learn new things. Don't be rigid. Be adaptable, one that can easily adapt to changes, to new things. Is that you need to develop a strong work ethic. One that shows commitment, dedication, and reliability. I said it earlier that you must be someone that is highly dependable. Highly dependable. People can depend on you. It is a work ethic that is, to be a committed person. I used to say that I would rather hire a committed, non-qualified person than hire a qualified, non-committed person, because that person who is qualified but is not committed is going to be a proud person. They're going to be a clog in the wheel of your progress, because they don't want to learn new things and all that. They think they know it all. But that person, even if he's not qualified but is committed helps you to have to be open-minded, rather, to be willing to learn. And it's a matter of time that person will become qualified and continue to build on the new skills. So you need to be one that can communicate effectively. You must improve on communication skills. You learn to be able to express your ideas clearly and persuasively. You must be one who can convince people, a good marketer of his own ideas, a good presenter of his own ideas. When you present your ideas, you present in such a captivating way that people have no other choice than to listen to you, or to even give you the chance to do it. You have to innovate constantly. I've said it. You must be a constant innovator. Innovations, you are innovating, and your creativity is top notch. You must be one who innovates constantly. Be creative and think outside the box. Or do I say, think without the box itself? You must be one that is willing to offer more than is expected. You must be one that will offer more than is expected. You cannot be someone who offers just, the regular. You can't be offering the regular and expect that you'll be regarded as one who carries a lot of value. You are expected to offer more than expected. You are not the kind of person that is constantly looking at the time that is 5 p.m. Once it's 5 p.m., even the next question that pops up, suppose you're a customer service person, the next question that pops up, you're not even going to answer because it's now 5 p.m. You're closed for the day. You can't be someone of value, of exceptional value, if you are one with that kind of mindset. You cannot be one that if you are not willing to offer, to go the extra, then you cannot be extraordinary. You cannot be extraordinary if you are not willing to go the extra mile. It is because there is the ordinary, and it is the extra that is offered after the ordinary that makes it extraordinary. That's what makes it exceptional. You cannot be one who offers the ordinary and expect that you'll be referred to as being exceptional. You must also have what I call the discipline to remain consistent. The discipline to remain consistent, deliver results consistently over time. Deliver results consistently over time. Another thing I'd like to say is that you have to have a service mindset. Have a service mindset. Focus on adding value to others. Focus on adding value to others, and not just opportunities will find you. The opportunities will find you as you continue to add value to people. You'll be amazed at the number of people that you have added value to. When each of them put the values, when they come together, if you are able to put them together and they put those values together, it will be enormous tons of value that will have delivered over a long period of time. When it gets that time, this opportunity shows up. The opportunity show up, you will be talked about. People will recommend you. They will refer you. I want to talk about people who have presented themselves, who have consistently offered value. I'm sure you have noticed that since you were small, since you were young, you've been hearing about Dangote. You've been hearing about Dangote. Africa's richest man has created immense value by providing essential commodities like cement, sugar, flour. So he's making that brand indispensable. If you say you're not going to take sugar, if you don't want, well, I'm not building a house, well, you are buying sugar. I'm done, well, you are eating pasta. And recently, well, you are buying petrol. David has made himself, is invested in sectors of different sectors of human endeavor, in food, building materials, petrochemicals, things that Nigerians use, almost on a daily basis, and human beings use on a daily basis. So he's one that is becoming indispensable. As you even think that the economy of the nation is taking a downturn, people's economies, that people are losing, money, they are losing their jobs and all that, Dangote is making more money. There's this Zimbabwean. It is someone from this man from Zimbabwe, Steve Masiyiwa. He's the founder of Economic Wireless. He's one of the people that revolutionized telecommunications in Africa and remains a respected business leader. Of course, as long as you continue to make use of telephone and telecommunications, offer services in that area, the world can no longer return to that era where people do not use telephone. In actual fact, more people are going to be dependent on the use. The world is going to be more and more dependent on the use of telephone. What about Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, and the owner of X, which we used to call Twitter? You can imagine what Elon Musk has been doing. He will continue to remain relevant for a very long period of time. Becoming indispensable is not reserved for a selected few people. I just want you to know that it is possible for anyone who is willing to work hard and create value. It's possible for that person to become indispensable. Ask yourself today, what unique value do I offer? How can I make myself an asset in my field? What do I need to do to step up my game? Take action now. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to remind you that equipping the next generation for impact and excellence is every Monday at 5 p.m. West African time on Amogate Radio Communications and 11 a.m. Eastern time. So you can send us your feedback and questions and contributions to contact@theamogate.org. I'll say it again, contact@theamogate.org. Or you can send us your WhatsApp chats on +234 810 999 6666. I'll take it again, +234 810 999 6666. You can also follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn pages, all at Amogate. So for more inspiring content, you can go to our YouTube page at the Amogate, and there's a lot of videos and audios, recordings of different different things that the Amogate Radio Communication has to offer. You can go there. It's a whole library of information and a whole library of value. When I say value, I mean huge value. Let me leave you with these quotes today. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. That's by Albert Einstein. The best way to protect the future is to create it. The best way to prevent, to ensure that you are relevant in the future, is to keep creating it. Now, thank you for tuning in, and see you next week for another powerful episode. Have a great day.